Shalom, giving all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai Bashem, Rakakwadash. The ones to the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well, and as always, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. The Spirit kind of compelled me to respond to this individual's uh, statement that he posted on this video that you see right here. This is Apostle Tahar. And he was going into Revelation, the 9th chapter, the 13th verse on down, dealing with the nuclear destruction. And it was of course, an edifying lesson as usual. And I scrolled down and look at the responses in the comments on the video. Then as I got down to the bottom, I see this individual right here calls himself Young Blood Priest, and you can see based on what was said here that certain guys, they only come into this thing to get entertained. They don't come in this thing to get edified. All right. And this individual, whoever he may be, he's bored. He's no longer being entertained by the apostles. So now, because the same lessons are being brought out, being revisited and taught and broken down for the younger brothers that's coming in now, this guy is bored. So he took it upon himself to display, his dissatisfaction, for the apostles, bringing out these breakdowns that they will, break down every now and then. So basically, to this individual who's been listening for time, it's getting repetitive to him. So he's becoming bored. And I had to ask myself, what the hell is this individual? What the hell is he seeking then? What does he want done? If you're only in this thing for entertainment, you are going to get bored. And that more than likely means that you're not a man of the Lord. This is not for you. And you wasted your time. Now, this is what he said. He said, 14 years ago, I woke up to who I was, and I learned under you, Tahar. I was amazed by what you brought out. But now I've realized that you actually are limited. So now all of a sudden, after you done learned the truth from this man, now he doesn't know nothing. His understanding is limited. So now what? You know more now? So maybe you're the master teacher. Maybe you're the biblical scholar and guru. Well, where's your camp at, and where's your videos? Where's your lessons? All right. Matter of fact, let me click on his page, and I'm pretty sure there's nothing there, but I just want to see anyway. I just want to check, as I thought. This channel doesn't have any content, as usual. You see? So this guy, he never had the spirit to begin with. All right. And whatever he did have, as he learned up under the Apostle Tahar, I'm pretty sure the Lord stripped it. All right. Real quick, let me get a scripture. And let's go to Sirach, the 21st chapter. Yeah, Sirach 21 and 14. And it says, the inner parts of a fool are like a broken vessel, and he will hold no knowledge as long as he liveth. If a skillful man hear a wise word, he will commend it and add unto it. If you skillful in the scriptures, then instead of criticizing the apostle, the elder apostle, you would have actually added to it. Okay, and that's why brothers are post scriptures. All right, the brothers that are posting scriptures adding to the lesson, you know, they're commending the lesson. Okay, so this guy, he's a broken vessel. Okay, let me finish the verse, and it says, but as soon as one of no understanding heareth it, it displeaseth him, and he casteth it behind his back. So this guy, he doesn't even want to hear it. He's tired of hearing the breakdown. So maybe you don't even believe in the breakdown anymore. You might be the you might be the seed that fell upon, you fell by the wayside. You heard it, but you don't fully understand it, and then the spiritual demon Satan comes down and take away which is sown in your heart, because wisdom will not enter into a malicious soul. All right, and also what this proves is that you're ungrateful. If you learned all these years up under the apostles years ago, you're supposed to acknowledge that he's your teacher, your elder. All right, it tells you that in Hebrews the 13th chapter, to remember those that have the rule over you that taught you. Hebrews 13:7, it says, remember them which have the rule over you have spoken unto you the word of the Most High, whose faith follow considering the end of their conversation. All right, and then you jump down to the 17th verse, and it says, obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls, as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you. All right, and that's one of the reasons why they go into these breakdowns, and they revisit certain breakdowns, because like the apostles always say, I think it's quoted. I don't know who originated the quote, but they say repetition is the mother of skill. So sometimes you have to go back into these breakdowns and get understanding, so it be embedded in your mind. You see, and they're watching over the flock to make sure that brothers that's up under them, that's learning up under them, are actually teaching sound doctrine. And that's what Apostle Paul was constantly stressing about, teaching sound doctrine. It says to continue in the things that thou hast learned, and be assured of whom that you learned it from. You see? So this person right here, for whatever reason, he's disgruntled, and he's getting bored. So now he's on a whole nother level. He's deeper. I guess this is another Deep Space Nine Israelite. Well, I mean, you're gonna have to show and prove what you're saying. I was supposed to go into your page and see all these videos of you actually breaking it all down. But I see zero content. He said, you don't know much about the Bible. Your lessons are repetitive and basic. Well, what happened to dealing with the milk? Do not the scriptures say, desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow thereby? What are you talking about? And you want, basically, he basically wants them to add to the word, because this ain't cutting it. This is you know, is bored. He want to add something exciting to entertain him. Well, dude, if you want something new, because this is what he said. He said, "I never hear you bringing anything new out. Just the same old thing in time again, and I'm just sick of it. Well, if you want to hear something new, or you want to, learn something new, my man, go get the book of go get the book of the secrets of Enoch, then, man. All right, won't you go get the apocalypse of Abraham. Go read the lost gospels of Barnabas, man. All right, we gonna stick to the scriptures. But see, matter of fact, when you think about it, this reminds me of how they were in Athens when you had all those philosophers. They was gathered around, and they were standing around to hear what Apostle Paul was gonna say. And all these dudes, all they did was gather around to hear something new. Let me see if I can find it. I think that's in Acts 17. You go to Acts 17 around the 18th verse. Yep. Acts 17:18, it says, then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered him, and some said, what will this babbler say? Others, some, he seemed to be a setter forth of strange gods, because he preached unto them Yahushua and the resurrection. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, may we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is. For thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know therefore what these things mean. For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else but either to tell or to hear something new. All right, to hear some new thing. All right, and that's this guy, young blood priest. All right, he wants to hear something new. All right, so you're no different than these philosophers that was in Athens. So that means that you really don't have solid ground. You don't have any foundation. You see, you 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 want to be carried to and fro. You want to hear some new doctrine. And that brings me to let me go real quick to was that Second Timothy 3? I mean 4. This is Second Timothy 4, and I'm gonna start at 2. It says, preach the word, be instant in season, out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort with all long suffering and doctrine. And that's what the elder apostle is doing. He's going back over the breakdowns. Okay. And it says, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine. Because some of them they're going to get tired of hearing it and want to hear something new. All right. So basically, what this seemed like is you having itching ears, my man. You want to hear something that tickles you. It says, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears, and they shall turn away their ears from the truth and shall be turned unto fables. And that may very well be what's happening to this dude. All right. Some seducing spirit, all right, with a doctrine of devil is calling for this man, whoever he is. And I'm curious. I wonder, because I don't know who this individual is, but if you learned that many years ago up under the apostles, did you ever even join a camp? Or did you ever start a camp? What happened? If you ever did come into a camp and you're not doing any labor, Luke 9:62 said, he that putteth his hand to the plow and looketh back is not fit for the kingdom. All right. If you were ever a part of us, you really wasn't of us, or else you remain with us. But I don't think so. I think you was on the on the outside. You was probably one of them dudes standing in the crowd and just wanting to be entertained. When you see the apostles cuss out the so-called white man and cuss out the black woman, but now you're getting bored. Well, that's signs of itching ears. Well, hey, there's Pastor Dow out there. There's he teach that Job is Job is not an Israelite. He teaches that other nations can make it. You know, maybe you might maybe that might be what your ears wants to hear. Or you can go to Israel of God, because vocab, he said that that's the most biblically sound Israelite group. You know, maybe you can, there's other groups out there then, man. If your ears is that tingly, then there's other various camps out there that you can go and listen to. You ain't gotta listen to Great Millstone, all right? But your statement, you pretty much showed yourself. You told on yourself with this comment because the spirit of the Lord is not working with you, all right? And one more thing, because if you learned up under this man and you was amazed by the wisdom and everything, and now that you're bored and you're disgruntled, and now you're voicing your disapproval, well, that proves that we're in these last times because it says in the latter days you're gonna have those that are ungrateful. It's 2 Timothy 3:1. It says, "This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come." Right? For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents. If you learned up under that man, all right, he's your elder, so he's like a spiritual parent unto you, and and you're showing you know uh disapproval. You're criticizing him. Basically, you're rebuking that man. What does Scripture say about rebuking an elder? It says unthankful, unholy, and that's basically what you are, man. You're ungrateful. All right, so hey, go to these other groups then. If you no longer agree with the doctrine, if you or then this is not entertaining enough for you, then man, just fizzle on out, man. Why are you still around? All right, or better yet, just go back into the world. So I just had to respond to this, man. Whoever this individual is, young blood priest. If this ain't enough, then you know, like I said, man, there's all type of pseudepigraphical books out there that you can get into. All right, and I'm sure the spiritual demon Satan will sup with you, and then you can do your breakdowns and lead as many astray, as the spiritual demon of Satan allows for you. All right, but the spirit, all right, the truth never changes. Okay, the truth never changes. We're going to continue to speak the same thing. These dudes want the scriptures to say something else. But if you do that, all you're doing is you add into the word. All right, dudes want to go above and beyond. So that's pretty much it, man. Hey, there's a scripture say there are fools wanting in wisdom, and this guy he's a fool. So I'm gonna end off with that, man. I'm gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles of the great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. Shalom.